all galleries want something absolutely different. When I went to Miami, that totally changed my mindset about how I was creating my own artwork. Now, I've been to Miami lots of times. In fact, there was a time that I was going every few months for even a couple months at a time, where I was not changing essentially the style I was doing, but the size needed to change. And I didn't really realize that until I opened my gallery and was like, you know what? This isn't working like I thought. This isn't like giving me the results I wanted. Sure, were we getting customers that were paying for our limited edition, like merchandise and stuff that we came out with? Yes, and they were paying a decent amount to that. We were actually making $350 to $690 for just a print, which is great, especially for a retail business in a small town. However, I was like, how are we going to sell large scale paintings? And at that time, large scale was not the large scale that I do now. It was literally like a fourth of the size. It was like a 20 by 30. And I was like, okay, well, how can I sell more of these? Was I getting commissions? Yes. But essentially, even with commissions, they only wanted like an 8 by 10. But I would always upsize them to a 16 by 20 because of the amount of detail, especially in my style. But even then, I was like, this isn't what I envisioned my art career to look like. Like what I really want out of this business that I'm putting in all this hard work, money, and effort into. And so I was like, it's time to book a trip. We're going to go back down to Miami for a week, and we're going to go to all the galleries down there within, of course, a reasonable driving range for a week. So we went to all the ones in the design district, and we went to the ones in Lata Alos. And we really looked around at the galleries and realized one key difference was size. I was not doing the correct size. A 20 by 30 there didn't even exist, which is absolutely huge for a local small gallery here where I'm at, which is literally like one of the biggest sizes that you can find here. And so I was like, oh my God, my biggest one at that time, I painted one big one. I just got the canvas, prepped it, and did it. And that was it was a 40 by, no, it was a 36 by 36. And I was like, I need to go bigger. And I knew where I was, my supplier that I was getting my canvases and stuff from went up only to a 48 by 60, which is this size right here. It's big, right? Well, that is still not like the average in Miami. That is considered small. Even, like I said, the 36 by 36, because this one is a much bigger. And so I was like, wow, this is just the beginning. Really, the sizes that I need to be is like 7 feet. And I really noticed that also in the really predominant big pieces at the museums, because we started going to museums a lot more and paying attention to what real big pieces were there that were drawing in our attention. And I was like, okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. I see where I was thinking about going, but I was totally off base. So restructured everything. Now I'm painting much bigger. I have my bigger studio all set up here, and I'm so much more excited because I have this space for storage. I have this space to actually paint larger in quality and quantity. And over the last year, I painted over 50 large scale pieces of art. So I'm super proud.